Hi, I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca. Merry Christmas. Another update on our storm. Some changes coming in, which includes a little bit of good news. The high wind warning has expired or has been discontinued. It's now been transitioned over to a wind advisory. Bottom line, the wind now through the afternoon, not nearly as strong as it was earlier this morning. Take a look at Providence right now with low clouds, fog, and still some widespread, at times soaking rain. We take a look at the Newport, and pretty much the same story as well. The rain will extend through most of the afternoon and then start to wind down during the early evening hours. Looking at Doppler radar, still a widespread coverage of rain. Heavy at times. We've picked up anywhere from 2.5 inches of rain. We've had some reports of some localized flooding, some highway flooding. We've seen some pictures of parts of the highway down to one lane because of some of this flooding rain that's ongoing, and this extends offshore. So all of this really has to come through the remainder of the day, but you can see drier air off to our west, and that'll be working in by this evening. But there's more rain south of Long Island, New York, that'll be coming through. Taking a look at as far as the flood watch, that remains in effect for this afternoon. In the areas in red, it's a flood warning. That includes Providence County, northern Rhode Island. This is until 11:45 this morning, so this will expire shortly. But we've had some reports of some flooding. The rivers are in okay shape. First of all, the Blackstone River is okay, and that's a big river, so that's able to handle some of the rainfall. But you see some of the amounts that are coming in right now: over an inch in Westerly, an inch in Newport, over 2 inches in Providence, and clearly the rain gauge in Smithfield is more than less not working because it's showing up as 0, but you get the idea. It's been a widespread soaking rain, and the flood watch will continue for this afternoon. Now, here's the change as far as the wind warning. The high wind warning now has been shifted to southeastern Massachusetts until 5 o'clock this evening, and Rhode Island has been replaced with a wind advisory. I really don't see too much of an issue with damaging wind at this point. In fact, the wind gusts so far today have been somewhere in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range. And looking at some of the power outage numbers coming in from National Grid, let me check one more time. And yeah, this number's really come down. Only 14 active outages, 55 customers affected. So the outage is not as widespread as anticipated, and the reason why, we didn't see as much in the way of 60+ mile per hour wind gusts, but rather we've seen more like 40 to 50, 55, and that made a big difference as far as the power outage coverage. So some good news there. And these wind speeds will diminish this evening and overnight. Patuxent River, it's been rising, but expected to go to minor flooding this afternoon and evening, but nothing major. Same thing with Wood River, just minor flooding anticipated. When we take a look at the forecast this afternoon, and you can see widespread rain that continues, but it'll be easing up by late day and especially by evening. Most of it should be pushing offshore. We'll see some clearing skies later this evening and during the overnight. It actually sets up for a decent weekend. Some good news here, both Saturday and Sunday, with some sunshine and temperatures between roughly 35 and 40. So wrapping it up, rain continues this afternoon into the early evening. Still some localized street flooding. The wind gusts not as strong this afternoon, so I think any widespread outages at this point would be unlikely, and what we have right now is just really scattered. So some good news there, but certainly traveling this afternoon, be careful. Still some localized street flooding. Temperatures mild right now, but they'll be dropping into the 30s by this evening and during the overnight hours. All right, that's your latest update. Merry Christmas. Have a good rest of the day. Wish we had some sunshine, but we'll get the sun back this weekend.